Hey, what's up everybody? So I've got a lot of the stuff done on this, a lot of the plumbing. I've still got a few little things to do. I want to start on the wiring, but first I'm going to do the vintage air under the dash so I can see where that's going to go to make sure I have room to route my wires around that. I don't want to put my wires in first and then decide I have to move them. So let's see if we can get this vintage air in. So I have done a vintage air setup before, but it's been a long time, so I guess what I'm going to have to do is follow the directions. We've got all the parts laid out. I'll get the instructions and we'll start figuring this thing out. So this unit comes with this panel that's in this drawing here. You place that on the firewall and use existing bolt holes, braces and whatnot to locate the panel on the outside, which then locates the evaporator unit on the inside. The problem with that is the firewall has been shaved. Interesting. Follow me around and watch me look for tools for like hours and hours.
Now, are you just putting that in there for fitment purposes?
So I've got to determine where my wheelhouse is going to set so that I can see where I want to bring my AC through along with the heater hoses.
You need another set of hands?
Maybe. You want to hold that side of the wheel well? Grab it on this side and hold it up.
Where your hand is here?
Yeah.
It's kind of Frankenstein-y.
Yeah.
Whose bright idea was that?
I don't know. Whoever did it though has to do the same thing to the other side.
Oh, you've only done one fender like that?
Yeah. Let's either buy a new fender and say the heck with it or do the other side. Starting to vote for buy a new fender.
So that's your template.
I believe it goes down there somewhere. Like that.
Are all the holes accessible? Can you raise it up or is it no?
The cow panel.
Right.
Starts about right there.
So you can't come up with it?
I could come up an inch maybe. You know, just a little bit. But still. Yeah. Plenty of problem.
So is that a finishing panel or is that a template?
No, it's a finishing panel.
Okay.
There's a big hole here when you take off the factory.
Right.
AC unit. Covers that and it puts the holes where they should be for the new unit.
So you don't necessarily need that because your firewall's so pretty. Yeah, you might have to notch that panel.
You say knock it?
Notch it.
Knock it.
Knock it with a hammer.
Hammer. So as you can see, there's a lot to consider when you start doing all these modifications. One modification leads to another, So it's a lot to think about. And you have to wonder if it's worth it sometimes. Have to consider turbo routing. Comes out through the intercooler. Had to make space for the intercooler. Comes through, goes back in. All this wiring needs to be secured. Right now I'm still figuring out where everything is and where it's going. Put the coil pack wiring under the bracket. I think that coil pack's way too close to that turbo. This is the oil drain line for the turbo. There's going to be the heating hoses coming off of this, so we've got to route those down. We're gonna have the wastegate for the turbo. It's gonna be in this area. Transmission oil cooler lines. Gotta route those down and back. This is the oil feed for the turbo. I've got that secured. I did that when I did the engine work. Still gotta figure out where I'm gonna secure all these wires and where they go. So in order to tackle all these wires, I really need my inner fender and my fender on this side so I can decide how I'm routing those. It's a lot to sort out for sure. Well, I haven't got much done today, but I think I got a better idea of where I'm going with some stuff. So, time to cruise the internet, order some parts, stare at the truck. Catch y'all next time. Thanks for watching. I mean, it's not too unsightly. I could put it in line right there.
Can you, I mean, if you don't like the way it looks, can you hide it with something? Like another turbo?
Cut here. Cut here. Cut here. Cut here.